that I'm real. And niggas ain't seeing me. I been said I'm hot, and you just now believe in me.
Alright, let's go. So we got the Sergio Martinez Miguel Cotto fight that just took place this past weekend for that undisputed middleweight championship of the world. You know, I told y'all it was gonna be a brutal, dramatic type of fight. You know, the only thing I was wrong about was who was gonna be on the receiving end of all that brutal, dramatic shit that happened. You know, but you can't pick them all right. You know, that's how it is sometimes. Gotta give Miguel Cotto credit for taking the risk. You know, dude showed a lot of balls making this fight because for the most part, everyone knew Martinez was kind of past it and he had the injuries, hasn't been looking good. We all thought he was around, you know, anywhere between 80 to 75%. You know, so he was still dangerous, and this is the thing, we've seen Martinez get hurt and stand and deliver some hard, brutalizing left hands and uppercuts. But, you know, for this fight, it looked like he wasn't even at 75%. It looked like he was damn near like, 30% of his old self. Like, I'm surprised they didn't just wheel him out in a damn wheelchair the way he was fighting and looking. But, you know, he had heart and he didn't try to make excuses for it in the interviews. He didn't talk shit. You know, he took that whooping like a G, you know, so you gotta give him his credit. And you gotta give Freddie Roach his credit for turning Cotto back into a beast like he was back in the day when, you know, he was just running through the 140 weight pound division. You know, Cotto came in there with crisp body punching, the left hook just couldn't miss. He was looking a little quicker and, you know, a lot sharper. He was stepping in and he was doing everything you're supposed to do when you fighting Sergio Martinez. And I've said this countless times. You could go back into the Chavez Jr. prediction video. I even predicted Chavez Jr. to win that fight. And I know I was looking like an idiot for 12 rounds until he damn near, you know, KO'd Martinez. But, you know, that was in, you know, we talking about now. And Cotto did his thing, you know. He stepped in, hooked off the jab. He wasn't overzealous, wasn't anxious. You know what I mean, he didn't really try to just go in there and destroy him completely in the first round. Although he damn near did it, but he knew Martinez was still dangerous. And Martinez is like a dude like Trinidad. You know, when they hurt, you know, he'll fight back even more. And, you know, he could land some damage and shit. So he took his time and just systematically broke him down. I mean, I think Cotto could have really went all out, beat him worse, but, you know, he still dominated this dude. The thing is, you know, like I said, Martinez, he seemed like he wasn't even, you know, 50%. He looked like he was about 30% of himself. And as soon as he got hit, he could never really recover. And one thing I feel that Martinez kind of fucked up on was, I thought he was just gonna sell out in the first round, just stand there in the middle of the ring, throw bombs and just say fuck it. He tried to really do all that jumping up and down on his knees. He tried to fight like Devin Alexander, and, you know, if you got two fucked up knees, you can't do all that bouncing and skipping and try to use lateral movement. Martinez still had his hand speed. You know, he was popping Cotto with some jabs. He was able to land some decent shots, but he couldn't sit down and really get the leverage and dig into them punches. So that's why I feel he kind of fucked up at. But real talk, you know, I think his trainer, his people, everybody in Martinez corner, all of them dudes, you know, this whole team, I think they kind of really pulled the wool over the public's eyes and kind of gave us a little hype job. And the clues were there, you know, with the whole not really sparring that much, or not sparring at all, not really doing no road work. You know, they really sold it because it just looked like they just went for the retirement plan, cash grab, you know, get that last payday. And, you know, I can't really blame him. You know, he wanted that big money. I think it was 1.5 million as a guarantee, as well as some pay-per-view upside. So, you know, Martinez is gonna get paid regardless. You know, this is a nice fight for him, but I think they knew he was, you know, pretty much broken up way before. Like Martin Murray was his last hurrah. You know what I mean? Like that was it for dude. But guys like Martinez who got hard, got some decent skills, some power, athletic, and he just an overall bad style matchup for Cotto. You gave him the benefit of the doubt, which is no problem, because Martinez has deserved that. He fought for that. So you give him the benefit of the doubt. Because me personally, I'm not a fan of either fighter, but I respect them. Even with all their flaws, you respect the game. But I'm just being real, Martinez looked like a dead man walking in that fight, and he fought like one. I mean, Cotto just took him apart. Cotto has a lot of options now. I don't think he's gonna go for the Mayweather rematch, although a lot of heads are talking about that. But I think all the promoter beef and shit is gonna really stop that from happening. He could go after Canelo, but Canelo has to beat Lara, and it has to be a decisive victory over Lara. I'll be doing a video for that one shortly. Right now, I'm favoring Canelo slightly, but we'll see. But anyway, I know Canelo Cotto fight that could sell. Cotto Golovkin. I know some people think Cotto could beat Golovkin, but nah, I still don't see that. But if Cotto were to beat Golovkin, man, goddamn, I'd just be like, whoa, I'll be fucking surprised, because I'm really high on Triple G. Shit, imagine if Triple G was in the ring with Martinez the other night instead of Cotto. You'd have probably just beat Martinez even worse, because that's how bad Martinez kind of fell off. So I understand, go for that fight, because even though HBO was hyping up Golovkin, and I'll be honest, he doesn't deserve to be no type of fucking pound for pound top 10 list. Let's be real, he's solid, but he hasn't beaten the names yet. But Martinez wouldn't have got paid against Golovkin like that. He probably made a little under $1 million, probably 800,000 or $1 million at best. So it was a good call on this, people. You'll cash out, go for the very best, go for the top. And Cotto did his thing. I just hope that people will still give Cotto credit in the future, like after 3 or 4 years pass by, because we know how boxing fans be. You get new fans to the sport who don't really know shit and weren't around when significant fights happen. They kind of just don't look beneath the surface and don't give the fight the credit it deserves. Like, perfect example, look at Pacquiao and De La Hoya. That was a calculated risk for Pacquiao. Remember, he was called out by De La Hoya to take that fight and jump up from 135 to 147. De La Hoya had to come down to 147. But now when people talk about it, people make it seem like Pacquiao made the dude drain himself. No. Oscar was picking on a little dude. He was supposed to fight the winner of Margarito and Cotto, and he didn't want that. But karma's a motherfucker, and Pacquiao retired his ass. So, but now what I'm saying is, a lot of people, they don't give Pacquiao that credit for destroying De La Hoya. And I hope the same thing don't happen to Cotto, because yeah, you can say Martinez was out of it and he didn't look good, he's broken body, but hey, we all, he was a 2-1 favorite, Cotto still had to get in there with a bigger man and take that risk. So, give him his props, he's been a Hall of Famer, but now he really put his foot on that title, he really put his foot out there with that shit. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's, ranks higher than Felix Trinidad on the all-time list. Hell, fuck no. But he's definitely making himself look better standing next to that icon. So I love to see Cotto fight Canelo. I would like to see Cotto Golovkin, but I wouldn't risk anything with. I'll wait till Golovkin gets a bigger name. Let Golovkin beat Gil. Get a little more solidified, and then make that fight if you can't get the Canelo fight. Other than that, if not, hey, I would try to fucking beat up Austin Trout and, get that off my record, get that rematch, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, congratulations on Cotto, and shout outs to the people who respectfully disagree with me and pick Cotto for the fight. I'm a real dude. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But if you get it right, you respectful about it, you list your reasons, I could fucks with you. I could respect that. And you got a few people on the last video left comments and picking Cotto, and shout out to those dudes, cause that was a good call. No one really saw Martinez being, like this. And remember, when you got certain flaws, when you're not 100%, those flaws are way more glaring. They show really bad. They're really bad. So when you look at everything, Cotto, that was a good call, but it's just I just couldn't put the finger on that one, man. But hey, it is what it is. I'm glad we saw an entertaining bout, though. And the undercard wasn't that bad either. That shit, Andy Lee did his thing with that fucking knockout, and that second fight was good. That third fight with Fredo Vasquez Jr., I don't know, man. But that's another reason I think Cotto fought so good too, because two Puerto Rican cats took L's that night, and it's like, goddamn, you can't have three Puerto Ricans losing fucking New York before the Puerto Rican Day parade up in the Garden. Nah, that shit's unheard of, family. So Cotto did his thing, so shout outs to Cotto. Now last but not least, my man Clanarchy, the guy who be providing me for the dope ass instrumentals, the dope beats that be in the background of my videos that y'all be vibing your head to. If y'all want some new shit to vibe to, he just dropped the mixtape. The link is below in the description box, so click on that, and it's basically a Wu-Tang Clan tribute mixtape where he takes a lot of the old classic Wu-Tang verses and he puts them on his new beats, a lot of soulful, grimy type shit. If you're a fan of hip-hop, you'll really fuck with it. I'm there with the artwork and shit, holding it down, and also did a little comic book for it as well, so y'all check all that out in the links below. Alright, this Swag Science signing off. 1.